guys. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. We are in Unspoken Real Talk. We have General Line Dancing King and Queen. You guys are in for special treat. We have a beautiful queen with us today, and I'm real excited about this. So we are here talking about men's mental health, and we're going to get a female's view on it this time. I'm excited about this.
I'm excited.
So, unspoken real talk is based off the first book, which if I usually have it somewhere where I can reach it, but people have been in here cleaning my office. That was done. It's through the eyes of a Black man. Okay. So we had 39 men write or tell their stories about what mental health means to them through the eyes of a Black man. There was a couple stories in the first one that I couldn't get through. I had to have somebody edit it because it was so strong about talking about their personal issues and things with being a Black man and mental health that I thought I could make it through. With the second one, it was harder because there was a young man in there telling his story about preparing for the birth of his daughter. She was born and she died. So he took you through the stages of that and how that affected his mental health. And the stories that they shared are powerful. We have bullying at a younger age where he used to hide under the bleachers and go out the side doors. And from there, we landed here. We are getting ready to do our third book where which is perfect timing, where questions women have when they are talking to their men, the men are answering those questions. So I have been collecting questions that our women have, like when you come home, why don't you want to talk to me? You know, just the questions that they may have, and the men are going to answer it from their point of view. So it's, you know, unspoken questions answered. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys take a turn and tell us about yourselves, and then we'll jump in with any and all questions that may come up.
Okay. Well, I jump out there. My name is General Delbridge. I go by Mr. VA's General. Do line dancing, trail ride, hip hop music, some everything, live entertainment, MC. I host. I'm even getting into a little bit of acting. Yeah, just a little bit. See, my partner, she gonna tell you all about that. But for sure. So yeah, just a plethora of things. You know, live entertainment. So yeah, that's me.
Okay. I'm Kat, line dancing diva. I am. I actually do acting. Yes, I've been acting for about 10 years. I have been. I started off runway modeling. Some people saw that on last Saturday, but I started off as a runway model at a late age, in my 40s or late 30s, and it really helped with my self-esteem. I didn't have I don't think I had. Well, I can't really diagnose myself, but I had a rough childhood, so modeling helped bring up my self-esteem and other things that happened in my life. So, and then I went into acting, and so that's what I do now. And then right before, in between the acting and the modeling and the acting, I started line dancing, which started in 2012. And like General said, I didn't really go to classes. I just went where they were just dancing. And as the instructor was calling it out, or the person leading it was calling it out, I caught on, and I didn't realize I could, because growing up, I was told that I didn't have any rhythm, So I proved them wrong. But but as General said, I didn't start in classes. I just started doing that. And then when I heard about the classes, that's when I started attending and evolving in the line dance community. And now I consider myself an intermediate / advanced dancer, depending on what the dance is, of course. But I've always loved dancing, and I've always been, I think I've always thought that I've had talent. I used to, act when I used to play by myself. I used to reenact things. So that's how I got into the acting part. That's so late in life, because I never knew how to get into it. But yeah, so now, better late than never. Better late than never.
I can relate to the late in life, because I told General earlier, I was supposed to be retired in Jamaica 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I don't know where all this book writing and, well, I do know it's a man above. We're just going to go with that. But
of course,
that was not, I didn't see that. I was plotting on how I could get to Jamaica. I know I could stay there for 30 days for $2,800 a month. And I was trying to get there, and make it work. But I'm still here. I'm still here. So, and I get the part where you were saying about not self-diagnosing, because I went through mental abuse at the hands of my mom. So that's pretty much why we're here right now, because I understand it. I didn't know it at that time, but I understand it. I too was told I was missing a lot of things, and still have those triggers, as we talked about earlier, on just that fear of taking that first step to do something different that you heard people talking about when you were younger, about what you can and couldn't do. Still struggle with, and I know this isn't about me, but I get what you're saying, that I was not attractive, that I would never be successful, nobody would ever want me, and those things still stick with you. You know, when people say, "Oh, you look nice," and you go, "No."
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's
thanks, but
yeah, and I mean, you've been told that since you were little.
Yeah.
So you've been told that since you were little, up until the day she died, and it just sticks with you. So that's why I'm here on the platform, giving that self-healing. So it doesn't matter who jumps in. When you think about mental health, mental wellness, I won't call it illness, because it's not an illness. It's just something we need to work around. When growing up, we would see that our African-American brothers, men, would shoulder the learned behavior that you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to show emotion, you're the head of household, you're supposed to handle it. Did you all see that growing up, or is that a learned behavior that you've seen, or growing up? Is that something that you guys recognize?
Yeah, mostly I would say, like, in the urban community, it's kind of like that for us guys, boys. We're taught like to, if you, depending on, and a lot of, for one, it depending on how you grew, who was in your household. Was your father there? A lot of boys' fathers wasn't there. For them when they grew, it was just their mother, their grandmothers just took care of them, stuff like that. The ones with fathers, sometimes they'll teach them how to say, you're a man, you don't cry, you don't do this.
Try to keep them tough.
Try to keep them tough. So stuff like that. Fortunately, I had my father in my life for the duration of my whole life. He showed me a lot, taught me a lot. So I'm blessed to have my father. So I wasn't one of the ones that didn't have a father around. They didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I understand what it's like for the guys that didn't have their father around, because I've been around so many people that their father's never been around. So I kind of understand what they go through and just what they feel. So, but coming up, yeah, you know, you just, you know, as you in a man, it's kind of just a lot on the tough side. You know, we taught like if people aren't going to care about your feelings, so you got to be able to get over things fast. You got to be able to move a certain way. You got to, you know, but one thing that we learn in life, though, we have to go through those emotions before we even get to a point where we can say where we can get past it or get over it, you know.
Yeah, it's not healthy to. I don't, in my opinion, it's not healthy to keep those emotions bottled inside. As you know, people, you know, you hear that growing all the time saying that it's not healthy. You need to get it out some kind of way, or else you will go, you know, absolutely far left. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know, my
dad,
he never showed emotion. I ain't never seen him cry. I've never seen him cry. He, you know, he lost his mom. He lost several siblings. Never seen him cry. And if he ever did, he never showed it.
They never show it.
Never showed it. And his father died when he was young, so he really didn't have a father growing up. But my uncle, his oldest brother, was his father. You know, because he was like 20 years older than him, 20-something years older than him. So, you know, but his real father, you know, was never around because he actually killed himself. He actually committed suicide for whatever reason. So just, you know, him being a young boy and having that happen, and then growing up, being raised practically by your brother and his wife, you know, I really couldn't imagine what he's really going through because he never would show it. He never would show it. But he was very angry, though. He was very angry. I will say that. But never abusive. Never abusive, but just angry.
Yeah, because for what it is like, you know, like I'm at an age now, I see a lot of things so for what it is and just coming to life. So it's like what it is we taught that way, but it's unhealthy in certain in situations because when you're told to not show these feelings and emotions, they eat you up in the inside. So when you snap out and go, and when the guys, they go crazy, you don't know what's going on with them. They wondering what's wrong with them because they got so much pressure, so much buildup, so much tension that they had nobody to talk to because they felt that they needed to keep it inside. They needed to, you know, bottle these things inside. So when it comes out, it's like they just blast at you. It may not even be something you did or whatever the case may be. It's just anything could have triggered, and you know they just blacked out, and there's all of these things and feelings and emotions come out, you know, and it's unhealthy, you know. And you know, like just like I said, you know, you never know what nobody go through in their life, you know, what's going on, you know, behind the scenes, like what they pain they endured, you know, how they've been treated, you know, things that could have happened that changes their life or how they look at things at different ways. Like, you know, you don't know. So, you know, you just walk around, you know, you might see people, somebody might have a smile, but it's a lot goes behind that smile. And some people you might see they wear that face. They can't make different faces. Like they show you how they feel every day. And you just don't know what's going on, but you can see it. You're like, man, you know. So it's just, you just never really know. Like I said, it's unhealthy in certain scenarios, you know. I mean, when they're teaching us guys this, it's more so like, I think guys is mostly taught from a younger age for the most part is discipline. You know, they want to make that one of our main focals. If you ever realize when we play sports, it's all about discipline. When you know how we in the household, you know what we do, discipline, chores. You know, some guys aren't even you know, depending on where you grew up in and situation, you might not be taught that. You might be yelled at all the time. And, you know, then you got somebody in your other ear telling you, you know, you got to keep this inside. You shouldn't be doing that, you know, so.
And those that are raised, I wouldn't say recently, but it could be still, like I said, the learned behavior that what happens in the house stays in the house. So if you're going through something and it's happening in the house but you've been raised what happens in the house stays in the house. One, you can't really reach out, or you don't feel comfortable reaching out because you may betray how the house is set up. And depending on, like you said, how the household is, you might have or might not have an abusive parent in the house. I wouldn't call her abusive, but she was very stern. Let's go with that. Where to the point where I was scared if I said something that it would come back at me. So if you're raised in a house like that, it's hard for some to reach out. And then you got this therapist, which is on my list of things to do for 2026. We got this therapist taboo mainly for our men, because our women, we are, and that's why I have the platform, we are quick or faster to reach out for help. Because if I'm struggling with something, I could pick up the phone and say, hey, Kat, this is what's going on. And if the general calls, Bob, and say, hey, Bob, this is what's going on, but does he really know that he's going to keep that with him and not go to the bar and tell everybody else, hey, general calling, this is, so that's that fear I'm hearing the men say, that they want to talk to somebody, but or if they do talk to somebody, what's the backlash? So it's trying to get the environment conditioned to where our men can go in, just like they do the gym, to a therapist.
Yeah, I had an issue with that though. Talking to people about my problems, things I was going through, stuff like that. Some people may even tell you, like, man, he don't tell us nothing that he got going on. I mean, my family will tell you sometimes, like, if I'm going through stuff like relationship wise, I don't really express it to my family as much. I try to deal with it within, what I'm dealing with, with the person I'm dealing with. So it's like I kind of keep a lot of that stuff bottled in. But I may have like one or two close people that I even speak to anything about anything like personal. But for the most part, I just keep it to myself. Or, I got other outlets. And thank God that I do have other outlets, because honestly, I probably would have been kirked out. I don't know, because it's crazy. Like I found other ways to deal with when I felt like I didn't have people to talk to, I turned to music. I put it into my music, so music is authentic to me too. The things I create, the lyrics that I write, and the stories is actually stories that I tell. So it's like, and a lot of it, when I speak, people can relate to it. So they vibe through me with the music. Between that, line dancing, man, line dancing has definitely made a way for me, for sure.
That's very therapeutic.
Oh my goodness, it's very therapeutic. That's why I said, like, when people tell you if you don't know this dance to get off the floor, that has none of that has nothing to really do with line dancing. Line dancing is really a therapeutic thing. It's an exercise. It's a thing. It's a way to bring people together. If somebody's saying, that's why I say don't listen to the detractors too, because it's like when somebody say don't get on the floor, that's like tearing us apart. That kind of sets us back. Line dancing is the way I see it and how I feel, because how I even came into it is bringing us together. It's one of the few things that I've seen or have done or been around or a part of that even brings us as a community together, like our color, our skin, like where we can all come together, have fun, no issues, no problems, no fights, no shootings. Just it's something that we can all come together. But mentally, man, listen, if you worked all week, had a tough week, and you might be going through it at home, having problems at home. If you just come out, line dance, get with some people, man, I'm telling you, you'll forget about everything that went on at home. And even if you had your partner, let's just say you and your partner, y'all going at odds with each other, go out to line dancing together. Y'all come back, y'all be like, man, we don't even know what we was tripping about. You know what I mean? I've done it that's how I even got into it. So it was like, it definitely makes a way. So, but with all or nothing, what I'm saying is, mentally, you gotta have outlets, whether that's talking to somebody, whether that's sometimes you may not have, just for the record, you're not going to, sometimes you may not have people to talk to. And when I say that, I'm saying that because of you got a group of people. There's a lot of people out there that I'm speaking for. They don't trust to talk to people. I don't care if it's therapists, friends, family, because they've been crossed and burned so many times that they don't want to speak to anybody. They don't trust anybody. So there's other ways of outlets. People think that it's always just talking to somebody. It's not necessarily that's the only outlet. It's things you can do. Dance, create music, write poems.
Just go for a walk.
Just go for a walk.
Nature. Just I mean, when it's nice outside, just go out there and just look at the sky, the birds, all of that. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, just to relax you. You know, there's so many things you can do besides just sit and wallow in it.
Right.
Just sitting and thinking about it and your mind racing and going over the same thing over and over in your head. Right. It's not. There's so many other things you could do.
Exercise.
Yeah, you ain't even have to go to a gym. Just go outside and just walk.
Yeah,
you know, that's all you need to do.
That's the thing that, like I said, if I can, is condition that it's okay to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Even if, you got to find that safe person if you don't want to go, because that's the other thing we're working on is getting the website up and turning it into a nonprofit where if you wanted to go to the therapist, but you couldn't afford one, that we could, I don't want to say vouchers, but we could help with your first visit, you know, get you with somebody with your first visit, no matter where you are in the state. So we're working on getting that up and running so that if you say, I want to go, okay, what can we do? How can we get you there? Because we don't want anybody to feel ashamed about it. It's just, you know, what can we do here to help you? Because we have gotten a couple of emails and messages where two people said that they saw this and that's why it's back, because they were going to do something different to themselves, and they got the books and they've been going back looking at all the different people that came on, and they chose a different path. So we got two that have, so that's two more than what, you know, we saved two.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the therapist too, by the way.
Right.
Some people don't, people say it, no, but some people never had anybody to talk to like a therapist before. But just for the people that don't know this live, just listening, like, you know, I've actually been through therapy before. So it's like, but what shout outs to them, because I say that because like they give you like things to do, activities to try to end that, and you can see if you're actually working them, you can actually see progress in yourself. You can learn a lot about yourself. Everybody think they know themselves until they go through certain situations. You don't really know yourself until you really go through certain things to know how you're gonna respond, how you react, because you don't know until it actually happen. You don't know what may affect you or trigger you this way or that way. Some people feel like, you know, certain things will trigger them based off of what their mind tells them. But some things you go through in life, you don't even know how you might react to it until it actually happens. So shout outs to some of the therapists that help you out, talk, give you activities, game strategies and stuff like that. I mean, it ain't just about talking. Sometimes they can just give you things, you know, activities that can actually help you, you know. So shout out to all of them out there as well.
We got, so to piggyback on that, we've got handbooks developing for those that want to go to a therapist but not really ready. So we have the handbooks with, like you were saying, with the exercises in them to pair with the book. So those are coming out. That's what I don't sleep. I don't sleep.
Tell me about it.
I don't sleep. So we have 3 different handbooks coming out for various levels. You know, is it we got the couples one coming out so that they can work together as a couple, just different levels of exercising and processing. So Here
And
I am.
and look, and another thing too, I don't want to. Listen. I believe in Christ and Jesus and stuff as my savior. Whatever the case is, I'm not a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Christian. I don't claim to be, but I do. I grew up in a Baptist church. A small little church, small little city, small little town, whatever, right? But I will say this too. Also, you need Jesus in your life. Jesus is a great therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't always follow every preacher, pastor, stuff like that all the time, but I do listen to some. Like, I do go to certain churches too. I don't have a home church, but I did have one that I used to go to. Things, pastors change, times change, and stuff like that. But one thing I would say is, get yourself, in the church, get yourself, get the word into you. Like I said, I don't claim to be a Christian or anything like that, but I do have religious beliefs, so I think that'll help you out a lot along the way too, because I've known a lot of my trials and tribulations. I turned to God, I turned to Jesus for my my problems and stuff like that. Even when I wasn't going through problems, I don't want to just say just because of problems, but it's just even when I was I realized too, even when you're on your up and on your high, turn to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? So definitely within your belief. I don't knock any religion, whatever you believe in. I do believe this, whatever keeps you sane, you know what I'm saying? If you believe in something that keeps you sane and it keeps you on a positive up and narrow, go to that. You know what I mean? I don't try to turn nobody from one way or to another, but I just let you know what it is. Yeah, for sure.
I was the deacon's granddaughter in an itty bitty church where you had to, when you said small, I had to smile because when my grandmother died, we had to move the pews over in order for her casket to get in. If that tells you how
that's small. Ooh, that's small.
That's small. And I think it was probably 15. She left in 12. So probably 2,000 before they got an indoor bathroom.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So you had a real small church.
Yeah, I was dipped in the river.
That's where you can find the small churches. That's where you can find the Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost being there. People go like speaking in tongues.
The intimacy that you need as far as being a family, whether you're related or not. The smaller the church, the more intimate it is, and the more you can actually you can be closer with each other, and everybody works together. Everybody, they actually love each other because they're so small. You don't have, a whole huge church where everybody's passing each other and not even speaking. Don't even know the pastor. They just come
because about what they got on.
I'm worried about what they got on. Exactly.
That's a lot of bad judgment.
Yes. I attend a small church as well, and I drive all the way to Amelia. That's almost an hour away just to get the word, because I feel like I'm being fed. And everybody we only have like maybe 12 active members, if that. And it's so much more intimate than being in a big church where I came from. I didn't come from a huge church.
That was a struggle for me when my husband was alive. He belonged to a church that, your sky had to match your shoes and your bag and everything. And I couldn't get behind that. And when he died and we had his funeral service, they said, "Oh, we didn't know he had a wife." That 24 and a half years.
Oh my goodness.
They did not.
How in the world?
I didn't go because I'm not going to be the biggest hypocrite sitting in there going,
Right.
This one how I was raised. Because every time I would get in trouble, I had to be on the senior choir, standing in the front. That was my punishment. I had to sing in the front. That's what I was always looking for, and I found it yet. But like you said, if you know what's in your heart, it's a trusting thing for that part.
But you need to go somewhere where you can grow, though. That's for sure. Definitely need to go somewhere you can grow, not just sit there and say you went to church.
Right.
So
Yeah,
where you
just
can
like,
grow.
just drop the change in the plate and keep going.
Right.
And
if you even do that.
Look, I'm looking for the lightning bolt as I get ready to say this.
Oh.
But like Fred Sanford said, I'm not
coming to
going
join
to Reverend Ripoff and his Cadillac Fun.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Right. Yeah,
You
for
send
sure.
you send a plate around. They say, "Well, yeah, you can do a little better than that."
Right. That's all you got.
Yeah, stand there and going.
I know you have a job. Where's your tithes?
Ooh, yeah. That's a whole nother show right there.
A whole nother show.
Whole nother show.
I had a guy I worked with told me, he said he walked out of the church. He said the pastor told him, he said, we didn't got away from the singles to the things that jingle. So basically he was saying like he don't want no change.
Right.
So
they don't get the dollar bills anymore.
Yeah, they want big bills. They don't want
my gosh. Yeah.
He said he got up in the middle of the church and said, I'm walking out. He said, why are you walking out? He said, you ain't gonna tell me what to put in the collection.
What to pay, yeah. No, you can't. No. Well, some churches actually ask for your W-2s, your W-9. Have you filling out a W-9 or I-9 or whatever it's called.
Make sure you get
when you join the church, so they can see how much you how much you're making.
Yeah. Make sure that 10% come across that table there. Yeah.
Crazy.
Break bread with the church now.
That's enough to cause a mental.
IRS that's looking. This is a green screen.
That's why my wall is blank. My background is blank.
I saw the runway. So you were talking about how the runway, help, your modeling helps you.
Modeling, acting, and dancing. All of that. All of that.
I saw that strut. She was getting it. And belated happy birthday.
Yeah, that runway. Man, I'm saying that runway was on fire. You hear me?
Yeah, I was like,
blazing.
See, I'm bad, but I'm like, everything looked good. I saw the cake. And see, this is my bad habit. I don't care what the function is. Yeah. I'm going straight for the table. Where the cake at?
Where the food?
Where the cake at? So, General, you said that you have talked to a therapist, if that's okay.
Yeah. Probably about.
I have to.
When you oh great, this is a good question for both y'all. So when you look for a therapist, some say it's like dating. You got to keep going till you. Some said that they had to go through a couple before they found the just right one, and they said it felt like it was dating. We also had some that said that they wanted their therapist to look like them, and then some said that they wanted their therapist to look opposite of them so that they could have a different view.
Wow.
So when you were looking, what was it like dating, or how was it to find one?
When I was looking, it wasn't like that. It was not like that at all. I think they were mentally just trying to find somebody to side with them. Listen, when you're looking for a therapist, you shouldn't be discriminate on because you just don't know. You know what I mean? So my thing is, when I was looking for a therapist, it was kind of like, hey, we should see a therapist in my relationship at the time. So it was like, all right, well, let's see if I can find the time. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then when I started, we look for a therapist, whatever the case was, then we just said we went in open, not looking for, hey, this person gotta look like us, this person gotta be a female, this person gotta be a male. Say, listen, we just open because we don't know. Like, if you're looking for a therapist, how you know what to look for? Like, you've never been through it. You see what I'm saying? So you don't know what they have to offer. So, for you to be like, I feel like you're supposed to be kind of open. Now, I ain't saying that you shouldn't be like, hey, I need one that looks like this, this color, that color, whatever the case is. Because obviously in your situation, whether your relationship or just you mentally, you need the help. You know what I mean? So just be open. You know what I mean? That's how I feel, because that's how I went into it. Yeah, just open. And then I had it was a female. she was black or whatever, but it didn't matter, you know, to me personally. So when we start talking, I asked the questions because you're just opening up. So you're saying what they're gonna ask you, and you know what they, you know, basically what they want. You get from them what they get from you. You know. So the more information you give them, the more that they can work and help you. You know, because that's what they specialize in. That's what they went to school for. Their degrees or whatever. So you know.
And that's the thing right there, because you don't really know if they are able to really help you, because they're going by the books. They're going by what they learned, what they graduated from. Because if they, I feel that you should go to somebody who knows or had the experience in what you're going for. So as far as my ex-husband and I, we went to marriage counseling. Well, we didn't want to go to anybody that never been married or never had problems in their marriage, or don't really know how to handle problems in the marriage. I don't want someone that's just going to tell you, well, you know, this is what I learned in school, you know, this book. In their mind, they're like, well, you know, this is what this book said. This is what this book said. So I don't really want to, you know, go to anybody like that. I haven't been to a counselor since then. Once we divorced, I continued to see a counselor. I left the one that we went to someone that knew how to deal with after a divorce, if you know what I mean. Then, you know, because a divorce is like a death, you know, it's like a death. So I need someone who to be able to help me through the mourning, through that type of pain and hurt. And then also I went to my pastor as well, because he was married. You know, he's still married, and he could tell me from a religious perspective, through the word, how to deal with it. Even though it was a lot of biblical stuff, I needed something spiritual as well to help me get through whatever, you know, what I was dealing with, because it was a horrible pain. I was dearly mourning, and it took a while. But then when I stopped seeing the counselor, I haven't been back to another one. And if I do, and I think therapy is good for everybody. I do. I think therapy is good for everybody. But if I decide to go back to a counselor, it's going to be someone that can relate to me. Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter if they're male or female, but they need to be able to relate to what I'm going through and be able to help me through a personal experience as well. And when people come to me, I wouldn't say as a counselor, but when they come to me to talk to me, I want to be able to help them in that same way.
Yeah.
So, you know, in a way it did feel like dating at first, because it was, you know, I had to see who fits and who can relate to me, or us at the time, who could relate to us, who could relate to me. And if I didn't feel like they could relate to us or me, you know, I had to go to somebody else.
Yeah, it's kind of like where the dating comparison came into, like, one guy said it was almost like speed dating for him, because he felt like, you know, he gave it a 6-month benchmark to make sure that, you know, he just didn't go in and, you know, like 3 weeks later, he's like, nah, this ain't working. He just wanted to make sure. He said it took him 4 before he found a person that he's been with for 3 years now.
Okay. That's good.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I love the questions the questions and stuff that they have been sharing is pretty cool. I like the fact that this young man said that his therapist is an old white lady.
Shout out to Scarfinger, man. Hey, look. You hear me? Hey, shouts out, bro.
I love it.
He's tuned in.
Whatever works for you.
I love it. But also, you know, in his, you know, in his hanging in there with him, that by her being an older, see, when I'm not gonna say if, when I go to do my speed therapy dating, I want to look for a seasoned person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for the like me, but I'm definitely gonna go for oh, thank you, Big Mike. I'm definitely gonna go for seasoned.
Okay.
That like he said, the older white
Yeah,
lady.
because
'Cause
they
she,
do have the experience. They
yeah,
should, you know, in all their years, they should have the experience. You don't want
yeah.
anybody brand new out of college.
Because that's the one
And
that, like you said, definitely gonna be said. Well, my book. Wait, hold on. Let me go back to
Yeah.
right,
chapter such and such. I saw that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like,
Hmm.
also, it goes back to they got to start somewhere.
They
So,
do have to start somewhere.
Yeah,
That
they
is
got
true.
do I want to be the guinea pig?
Right.
You know?
They go
The
back
test
and start
dummy.
putting up. They're like,
Yeah,
all right, what you said wrong again? All right, let me
Right.
write this note. I have wrote a
you
note
know,
on that. Wait,
yeah.
I
And if you're gonna do me like that, you're gonna give me half price. Yeah,
got.
you gonna.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get some coupons or something.
Yeah, they
Just
like I wrote
not.
a whole segment on this topic right.
Yes. Yes.
Just yeah. Like
We need somebody with a little salt and pepper in there. You know
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
what I'm saying?
what did cheerleading coach said? If you're not sneezing, it's not season.
There you go.
What?
Because she had something and she said, "Hey, you got any salt and pepper back there?" And I was like, "No."
Right.
She said, "This ain't seasoned." I was like, "No." She said,
I've
"I'm
heard
like,
that before.
I'm like, okay, great,
They need to
love
have
it."
vintage artifacts in their office or something.
Yeah.
Have you guys? I mean, I know not that you are not like zoomed in on it like I have started to become, but have you noticed that you've got more in your community that might be talking about mental health versus, 3 or 4 years ago?
Well, they definitely talking about it more now than they ever did. Because back in the day, as Black people, they always say that you don't talk about mental health.
Mhm.
They could be going through something, but you never talked about it.
Mhm.
I mean, you would see now that you think about it, you think about Uncle so and so or Aunt so and so, and they drinking all the time, and then they yelling and screaming at the wives and the husbands and abusing them and stuff. You didn't know that could have been a mental problem,
Yeah.
having a mental breakdown, or something was
Mhm.
going on in their lives, especially when they lost their jobs and all that, because they never talked about it and they
Yeah.
never wanted to claim it, and they didn't get any help because
Well,
it was unheard of.
well, it was a time too in our history. I was taught that some things that we went through with mental health, people didn't look at us as going through mental health. They just looked at us as we crazy, wild, or whatever the case may be, or dangerous.
Yep.
Or need
Until
medication.
it started happening to them, and they started saying. So then they started coming up with resources and stuff like that. So it wasn't for us to have it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know how to cope with us. The only thing they knew how to do was lock us up and do stuff like that.
Well, a lot of Black people couldn't afford it either, even if they did claim it
Right. Mhm.
and admitted that they had a problem or whatever. They never, a lot of them couldn't afford it.
So like over the years, like from years, so that's why, like if you look at things like the schooling systems, right? They started creating programs for kids, because I mean, truly it starts from a child, an adolescent. That's where all this stuff everybody had to be a child at one point, but it starts from an adolescent. So things that you was brought up around, or just happen in your life as you was growing up, things that especially in our community, that other people, other races may not understand. So it's like, they school system started coming up with programs for kids with disabilities, mental issues, stuff like that. And then also, of course, medications and stuff like that, experiments they got. So a lot of that stuff, it's coming from when you as an adolescent, coming growing up before your brain fully develop. I think your brain don't really fully develop till you get into your 20s.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Before so
before it's fully developed, yeah.
Before it's fully developed, so you got to look at it from way back then. A wise man told me it's easier to fix, it's easier to fix damaged children than it is to fix broken men.
Correct.
So, like a lot of these topics we be talking, like how can this and that and third, where these guys trying to fix a broken man, sometimes it's just like, man, you just beating a dead horse.
It's too late. Well, it's not too late, but I mean, it can happen.
It's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder.
Yeah, it's harder.
Because how you gonna come into a guy's life and tell him this and that and the third when he been facing this all for the majority of his whole life? So these issues and these problems, he was looking at it every day, facing it every day. He had to mentally put himself somewhere to where he can cope in this way. So then somebody randomly come one day and say, hey, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z. They're not going to listen to that, especially like us, a lot of guys, us like men, they probably never had a father figure in their life, right? So they're not going to listen to another man. That preacher in the church, that pastor, he's not going to listen to him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a father in his life. So he's like, why would I listen to another man telling me what to do? And depending on if they had a father in their life, was their father abusive? Was their father a certain way towards them? Do they know what a real man looks like? Do they know what a real man is? To look up to. Who's their role model? Who's their, a lot of times this is what they adapt into their neighborhood, is who their role models are, So we built with those. We built with a lot of those, enforced with a lot of those things every day. Person like me, I grew up in a bad neighborhood. I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I've seen all types of things, murders, bullets come through the walls while I'm sleeping, all types of things. So, so where I'm at in life now, because I'm 36, I've seen and endured a lot of things, but to me, it didn't shape me for the worse. It shaped me for the better. It told me where I want to be, things where I want to go, and it's more to life than this environment that I'm accustomed to. So, and even though I made a lot of mistakes on my way coming up, thank God that He blessed me with a second chance in life, that to do things in a better way. But it's like, it just made me to who I am to today. So when y'all see me, I got to smile, or you always see me joke or whatever, make love. But it's a lot behind the smile. There's a lot behind the jokes. There's a lot behind it that people don't really know, but to me, it's a testimony, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I could really speak about a lot of things that a lot of people is going through or probably still going through, and just,
that's your coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Your coping mechanism.
Well, like I said, this ain't a one and done. Anytime y'all want to come back, it's always open. I got to open up the schedule some more, but it's always open. I had a couple people said that it wasn't enough time for them to get everything off of there, and I say it's always open.
But when you're talking about mental health and stuff like that, you can go on. This can go on and on and on.
I had one guy talk for 2 hours. It's okay. It was last week. He's like, oh, I said, well, man, we've been talking for 2 hours. He said, well, how close are we? And I was like, well, 1:46 something. He said, let's keep going. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You said something about when we were growing up.
Yeah.
That we were looked at as if something was wrong with us. And most of us was viewed as ADHD or something like that. If we weren't like everybody else and put in a corner.
Not back then.
Yeah, we were put in a corner, or we were just, doing the bad kids, and then got pushed into.
They didn't have a label for it. They didn't have a diagnosis for it like they do now.
They didn't have exactly. So, like, if you go further back, like before they started coming up with that, these labels and all these names and stuff like that, because even then, and when I was in school, some of these new programs and stuff was just arriving to what we have now. Like my dad and my mom, when they went to school, none of this stuff existed. That's what I was saying. Like, so when they were having like issues or stuff like that, they just people looked at them like this because they didn't understand certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, far as this mental health, ADHD and all that stuff was new. That stuff wasn't around for people diagnosis. They actually had to have people to. But like I said, one thing about it though, I think they really started looking more into it when it started happening to them. You know what I'm saying? Seeing some of their people coming up and like, yo, why are you behaving this way? So you know, it started shining more of a light than versus a negative light on us. You know, so
that's why I say like I said, for the women's side of it, I'll reach out to Kat, you know, and be like, hey, you know, I gotta sit down. Can we go get a drink? I need to talk. But for our men, it's like, can I really trust this person I'm sitting here talking to?
Right.
You know, because one, is he just gonna call me a name and say I'm weak, or you know, how is he gonna view me when I'm telling him that I'm struggling with this, and you know, I've got these feelings. So is he gonna view me as less of a man just because I want to talk to him about what I'm feeling? And I had some of the men say that they were in relationships, hence this book I got coming up again, where the women treated them that way. And I think somebody said this, that if they said something or they talked to their person or husband, wife, whatever, they would hold it against them. It would come back later in a conversation, argument, disagreement, or whatever. So they were no longer comfortable talking to the person that they were with because it would come back on them. So it seemed like the men, to me, struggle with finding that person like the women have. You know, I got that. But, you know, and also disclaimer, not talking bad about the women, but just a disclaimer, I'm not. But if the women get mad at each other, that stuff quick to disappear too. So we still too struggle with the same thing, but we're easier to talk to women than we are.
Well, see, the guys, one thing about us guys, we play dumb. Let me just be real. Like, we play dumb, but we observe everything, right? So, you know, women be like, y'all just so stupid. Y'all don't know nothing, The whole time we just observe everything. So another thing, because guys, we like, you know, we see women and listen to women talk to other women about their personal things, right? But then when the women get at odds with each other, their personal business goes out into the streets. We see it all the time. Us guys, we're not a lot of the guys not really, you know, but there's some guys out there to put your stuff out in the streets, but we don't really. It's like guys like, look, bro, the bros don't. That's the bro code. You know what I'm saying? Like this it's a girl code. You know, they got the girl code, right? But it seems like it's just breaking. Like, it's easy for the women to break the code quicker than the guys. But if you ever had a person that you like, that you called your friend or your buddy, and that they won, whatever, and he switched up on you and just went to somewhere else, it'll really just have you as a guy like, look, I can never say this or do this to or mention these things to another guy. You know what I'm saying? They can go on for a lifetime just based off of that one incident. You know, so, you know, because guys know, like, listen, you know, depending on his level of his attitude level adjuster or whatever type of person he is, you know, he like, well, look, I can't go through this too many times, you know, so somebody's going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing I could do is just keep this to myself. And it's kind of how guys is, because, you know, like, it's a lot of pressure, and just off of what they go through on a daily basis, we always feel like we got 3 strikes already against us. You know, every time we turn around, we looked at it a certain way. people judging us, and we got to go around and just be like, we act like we don't realize it or see it. So, you know, that, but you do like I said, I do have like, you know, 1 or 2 people that I will actually talk to about personal things too, you know, and the only reason, you know, and the only reason for that is because I've seen and they showed me things over the years of me having a friendship with them, where they not even friends. Like they like my brother. We blood. Like I'd have been through situations where I know, like in a sense, like I went through a situation where almost lost my life. My partner was there and he actually saved my life. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I feel like it's nothing that we can't talk about or you know what I'm saying? And I know that anything that I speak to him about is just strictly confidential between me and him, because he actually stood in front of a gun for me. You know, he walked the guy down, literally. I had a gun pointed at my head. He stepped in front of me and walked the guy down with the gun raised. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I ever like pay him for that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could I not? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's certain things that, or, you know, it's like certain people in your life, certain things that have happened that could have changed your life or have changed your life to the only person where I would even speak to about certain things, you know? So yeah, I can tell you a whole lot.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna book you. Look, y'all get booked again, so we just not worried about that. Because, like you said, we could go on, and then Big Mike, he wants to jump on.
Big Mike.
So, yeah, so I was
Big
like,
Mike.
we'll get him on here.
Shout out to Katina. She was in there. She's like she says, she's like the LD classes when I was talking about the kids and stuff, the schools. It was called like LD classes, learning disabilities. And like you said, you know, they put you in detention or suspension if you was doing something wrong. They didn't realize that you just really had those mental issues. So yeah,
that's true.
Shouts out.
And
we get punished for something that you didn't have any control over.
And we got it called behavior. They call it behavioral class, behavioral section of it. And I was in that for 2 years, and I used to come at odds with some of the teachers because my walkie would go off and it's like, hey, Miss Coleman, come get them. And I'm like, so I go in a class and I'm going, what's he doing? Because they were all men, little dudes, you know.
Usually,
many girls, they were all little dudes. And it's like, what is he doing? And she's like, he's, you know, talking too much or he's distracting or whatever. And I'm like, so what is it about your pay grade where you couldn't ask, you know, little Billy to just calm down a little bit or whatever, or just take him outside, let him calm down, or let him do a lap around the hall or whatever.
Let him run around a little bit.
And, you know, I know their home situation, but I wasn't at a place where I could say, now, you know, this is what's going on at his home. You need to, and that's what we do at this high school. You don't know what their situation is. Because I work with our Latino-based students, and they don't struggle all the time. Because we had 2 pick up by the cold stuff that you put in your drinks. We had 2. We had 2 of them picked up already by them, and it's just constant fear for those kids. I told a lady the other day that I had 2 kids from Afghanistan that graduated 2 years ago. First family, sister and brother, first in their family, and they came over on the belly of an airplane.
Wow.
So don't be quick because the kids are not sitting there like your AP kids. Quiet, taking notes and stuff, that they don't have something going on, but they still trying to do the work. And that's the same thing I was saying about our men. Just because they're not saying something don't mean something's not going on, but how do we approach them so that they can feel comfortable enough with us to say, I trust you. I can sit down and tell you this. And I know you're not going to say anything and you're not going to come back. And like I said, that's a whole nother can of fish. But it's a whole nother can of fish. But it's just...
Some of them don't even have mental issues. They're just bored. They or their home life isn't ideal.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean, not ideal. So they act a certain way at home, and they act a certain way when they're not at home.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to be mental.
No, not at all. But there's just saying that the teachers don't give the ones that are used to the ones that come in and they take their notebooks out and their computers and they sit there and they're ready versus the ones that still looking around, in their backpacks, trying to get the hit, give them a minute.
Yeah.
Give them a minute because they're going to remember, like you said, it has to start at the younger age to help break the cycle that we're going through.
Right.
But give them a minute and let them know that you're at least concerned about them.
Yeah.
So they can get the work done.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's what they need. They need someone to care. Mm-hmm. To care and show them some kind of love, some kind of attention, not attention the way people think attention, but attention where they know that somebody actually cares about them, and willing to help them or whatever.
Yeah. Then some things too is just about I'll say this for all the parents out there that got kids or whether they're young kids or whether they're young adults. If you could, one of the biggest things, like if you can actually change their environment, that'll help them out a lot. What I mean by that is also just getting them around people that are that are doing things, making changes. One of the things I did just based off of this, like, so I'm from the south side of Richmond, right? From all my life. I went to city schools. I used to get put out of class, got in a lot of fights and stuff when I was with Thompson middle school, stuff like that. I couldn't learn much. I used fighting on the bus, fighting at the bus stop, stuff like that. Just defending myself. I wasn't really a troublemaker, nothing like that, but I just felt like I always had to prove myself. That's one thing about guys. We always have to prove ourselves. We can't be pushovers. We can't be this and that.
Gotta be tough.
Gotta be tough. And then me personally, with a name like General, I couldn't have been a pushover to nobody because even my family would tell me like, look, you got to stand for something. Like anybody do this to you, that you ain't letting nobody run over, and I might not ever hear nobody running over you. You know what I'm saying? So like with me, I could never just take the back seat. Like I had to be. I mean, my name alone, you know what I'm saying? It's just I had to be strong built with it. Not saying that I had to be this big angry guy, whatever the case is, tough guy. Nobody can stop. But it's just more so like if anything ever happened, my presence had to be known to like, listen, that's not the route you want to go, at least. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
But yeah. It's tough.
That.
Yes. I gotta re-up y'all. you gotta let me know when y'all cleared your schedule just for this.
Yeah.
Because like you said, this we touched on a lot.
Yeah.
And I love Big Mike's and Miss Katina.
Yes. Hey. Those are people.
I love it because this
like I have a lot that I want to discuss. And this could be therapeutic for me. There's a lot that I want to discuss from my childhood, but we will wait for another time.
Yeah.
I was telling General, I have to open up more dates and times because I'm gonna take that blessing and run with it. There's a freaking waiting list for the 3rd time.
Wow.
So awesome. I'm gonna take it because last year when I first started it, it was like, I sent out the invites and I was telling them everybody's like, but then when they start seeing the actual when I was posting them, they would see the conversation that we were having, and it was like,
they're seeing the dialogue. They were like, oh, okay. Yeah, look, the dialogue. This is something right here.
Yeah, they go, okay, so she's not blowing smoke. No, and I'm not a public speaker, so that ought to tell you something right there. So I'm here for the cause, to get it out there, to, you know, get people aware so that we can stop seeing people leaving us because they didn't have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And the number is not, it's not gone up too much, but it's still there.
Yeah.
You know, so my people in Florida, I call it like my satellite, but I got my people in Florida taking it and running with it. I got some in Maryland that has taken it and run with it. So if I can just keep it going, just keep that little pieces, just keep going. Because I call them the men of unspoken. So out of the 39, the first 39 that was in the first book, 12 of them are consistent. They're just my little train, just so they just keep it going. Right. One of the guys in Florida said that he has somebody that wants to interview some of the men of unspoken. So I'm like, you know, we've been, and that's why I said when I retire, I'm going to Florida, which probably be in 2 years. Because when I tell people I'll be 60 this year, they go say, "What?"
Okay, I know that's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm a 1960 baby.
Don't cry.
Come on now.
Hey. Oh, did I mess you up? I mess my students up all the time. They were like,
"What?
What?"
Better stop playing.
Yeah, this girl old.
No, that's right. Come on now.
The Daytona Times have had the books on the front page. Baltimore newspaper has interviewed us, so it's getting there.
All right.
That's awesome.
If we can do, say, one folk at a time, I'm okay with it. One folk, or at least get it out there where they're comfortable with talking to somebody. But yes, we will do a re-up. I am going to work on that calendar. I said I was going to ask Old Navy for a leave of absence, but we'll see. Yeah. But we will we'll do this again.
Okay.
We will do this again. And I love it. I love the conversations that we had on the side. That just got me all jazzed up because I'm like, look,
listen.
Yeah, because you know some never talk this much.
Right. We got a wealth of things. I'm pretty sure. I know I got a wealth of things I could talk about and mention, and also and probably shed light on for a lot of people too as well. Because like I said, you really just don't know what people have actually been through or what they're going through and stuff like that, until what makes them who they are today. You know, some people see people be like, "Man, well, you had this, you had that," but little do you know, you don't really have a clue. You know, so. And then with me, I've gotten, and I've been blessed too, because I have people that reached out to me for doing panels for high schools and stuff like that. I had my high school I went to, they was like, because when I was in Richmond City schools, like I said, it was kind of like chaotic. When I went to Chesterfield County schools, it just seemed like everybody cared. So my environment, that's why I spoke on about the environment. My environment changed. So it made me want to change, you know what I mean? Because I was really headed down a road that was reckless, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of the things that I was dealing with every day, you know, and what I was seeing every day, you know. So yeah, I've been blessed to have gone to be invited to be on panels. School called me like, "Hey, we want you to come and be a spokesman on one of the panels, or like how it is after school for some of the, you know, kids and stuff like that." You know, it just felt good, you know. It just, it was awesome. You know, me? Y'all want me? Like, do you know what I used to do? Like, and to now look at me now, I'm just like, yo, you know, just really like all for it. Like, you know, so.
Well, look, don't be surprised if you don't get a message. Y'all get a little message saying, "Hey, I want to host this men's event." You know, I ain't saying nothing out loud, but you know.
Shouts out to
Carlos. Better speak it. You better speak it.
Hey, that's what's up. Shouts out to Carlos. We did about a week ago. We did a men's, just trying to get the men's involved into line dancing?
I was live at the first one.
You was live at
Oh,
the first
good.
Yeah. I was live at the first one. When you kept seeing him dip off, he was doing the interview. So when I was the one sitting on the floor watching you guys.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So I got to
That's
see
good.
that, but I've always had it in the back of my mind. It's kind of like Brothers Who Brunch, where you guys come together, you talk. So I was just like, I'm trying to think of something like that. So like when the first, let's say 20 guys sign up, they get like the swag bag and they come in and, to have the therapist information in, because there's two, which I don't have. I got it in my book, but there's two Black male therapists that I met when I was at the Richmond, which I gotta go fill out my form for that too. The book expo that they have, that Roy Wyatt has at the Diversity Center. In April. I've been doing that for 4 years now. So I met him last year, and he said he wanted to be involved in this. So yeah. So I'll be back down there doing my little book thing at the Diversity Center. So I'll be there with all my unspoken books, all my men's mental health stuff. So, but my wheels are rolling. There's a guy in where is he? I don't know. He's connected with some people that we all know. You know, there's, when you look on his page, you see the stars. He was on here and he said that when I was ready to actually be serious about putting one together, he would sit down and talk with me and put his name on it. But again, it's that fear, because I hosted a seminar, and first thing out the gate was what I did. Dropped $1,500 on it, and 4 people showed up. And it took me a little bit to wrap my mind around it, that the 4 people that needed to be there were the 4 people that showed up. It's not that I didn't have the 50 people in there. I had the 4. I had 100 people on streaming online, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You made it, and you made a difference in their lives. You made a difference.
But it took me
they needed to be there. Yeah.
But it just took me a little while. And from there, that's where the books came, because the seminar didn't work. So I said, how can I get this out to people if the seminar was a flop? And then that's where you got 39 men who were comfortable in putting it on paper versus sitting on a panel talking to people. So that's how we got them.
But y'all, I have to jump off. I'm sorry. I have a Zoom meeting I'm late for. 10 minutes late for.
I was just he will tell people how to reach you, because we were wrapping it up. But I just got but we will.
I hate to leave, but yeah.
It's okay. We'll talk to you soon, dear. And thank you for coming on. I appreciate
you.
Thank
you for having me. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
That's my partner.
Oh, I appreciate you guys. But yes, tell the people that are listening who don't already know how they can reach you.
Well, this is how you can reach me. I'm on Facebook as General Dale Bridge. Just General like the Army, Dale Bridge. Also, you can find Katrina Cat Robinson, Facebook, Instagram as well. We even got a page, line dance page, is Dancing with Cat in General. You can go on there. You'll see what we got, classes that we provide on Thursdays, free. We want to take donations because we, like I say, we teach people from the grassroots up. Got 3 instructors. Shout outs to Crystal. She's one of the 3rd with me and Kat. And Dr. V, she's the person at the 223 and Marina. That's where we do our dances at for classes. Then we are satellite on Fridays, each and every Friday. So what you learn on Thursday, you can come and try it out on Friday with under the lights. Music.
I might have to switch my one of my unavailable days to Thursday, so I can get to take my non-rhythm behind.
Oh yeah, listen. So that note, too far as the rhythm and stuff like that, you know, because we teach from the grassroots, you don't really have to have rhythm to start off either. Honestly, if you can count and you can time it, that's all you have to have is timing. You know,
Normally, if I can, like you said, if you see other people and I
Mhm.
forget about, the left and the right, I can do.
Yeah, and that's one of my things. I teach people too. I call it my rule of thumb, and I tell people in my class, I be like, I ask them, what's my rule of thumb? Because I say it every time. So I'm like, what's my rule of thumb? They like, well, I say, well, if they don't know, I tell them, I say, when everybody else turn, you turn. Don't matter if you're on the left or the right foot, or you might have spent the wrong way, but when everybody else turn, you turn.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the dances are like 8 or 4 counts or whatever, right? So they're gonna always rotate. You know, whether it's a 2-wall dance or 4-wall dance, you're gonna be doing the same. It's gonna cycle itself, the same steps. So eventually you'll catch on. So yeah, so don't worry
That's
about.
my thing, Miss Jones. I'm gonna get one or two before it get warm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I instruct now, so it's like, but I still find myself missing steps. You know, I might turn the wrong way sometime. I may even be teaching the dance and say, well, hold on, gotta go back to my memory to be like, okay, oh yeah, I gotta turn this way. I'll start with my left or my right foot. So I mean, it happens, but don't ever let that discourage you. You know what I mean? You get on that floor. You hear that song, come on, you get on that floor. I don't care what nobody say. You get on that
Okay,
floor.
okay. So I'm gonna go. When I go upstairs and talk to my son, I'm gonna get his friend's mom's information again,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna change my unavailable to on Thursdays, and I'm gonna go snag her so we can get this done.
Yeah, come on to one of my classes. Like I said, I got 3 instructors. I'm one of the few in the city that actually have that. To like where we teach dances, but we got 3 instructors. So
Mhm.
it's like I say, we'll do it as a group, but we'll do things where we'll break it down. Like I've taught a couple that was getting married. They actually got married, newlyweds or whatever, and they
Mhm.
wanted to learn the boots on the ground, so they could do it at their wedding, right? So I took 2 or 3 weeks to really teach them that. They didn't know how to do none of it. The left and right, they didn't have rhythm. Them be like a lot of people I actually try to teach dances to. I let them know it's okay to not have rhythm, right? So I taught them to dance. Now they have rhythm. And it's just like they
Mhm.
know how to do it. And when I say that you don't have to have rhythm, because when I teach, I 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, so you can do your steps back count, and then when the music play, it'll it'll help you out. Like, cause I'm a facilitator, I say it left, right over left, left over right. So I'm gonna tell you what to do. As long as you listening to me, you'll be just fine.
I was
Rhythm
gonna say, and how soft is the floor? Uh-huh.
alone.
Because that
well,
freaking Tamia dance. Oh my good gracious.
well, I'll tell people about the Tamir dance. Nobody taught me that dance. I don't think that it's not a very easy dance to teach. It's more of a thing where you have to actually get out on the floor to do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so when somebody, like, you can teach it. I ain't saying it's unteachable or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, when you're on the floor, if you're sitting down watching somebody do it, you'll never learn it. You actually have to get up and do it and
Like a
try to.
hands-on
You,
type
you have
thing.
to try to.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to try to do it to learn it. That's the only way you're gonna learn that dance. If somebody learned that dance from sitting down watching it, please somebody come in the comments, let me know, because you'll be the one of the first people I ever heard. I know I didn't. I know most people that ever done that dance learn, because see, when I do it, I got all types of spins. I might confuse you. I'm so advanced with it, but I just know with
Right.
that particular dance, you have
Mm-hmm.
to get out and you have to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You have to get used to doing the right over left, cross over, crossover, then 3/4 spin. You have to get used to doing that. And so once you get, you know, if you learn it by parts and pieces, then you'll get
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's
I'm
one of
like,
those dances.
mm,
Yeah, but yeah,
mm.
you can definitely learn it. But once you get it, it's just like how they say riding a bike. Once you start
Like that muscle memory.
That muscle memory, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it.
I got you. That makes sense. It's just, woo. But you know what? I'm just gonna rip that Band-Aid off and I'm just gonna keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So yep, shout outs. That's where y'all can find me. Oh, just for for Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is VA Slide. It is you type in VA Slide, you'll see me on there. Me, Cat, the whole all the Line Dance family. Shout outs to everybody. I definitely want to give a shout out to my Line Dance family, from KP, Camille Patton. He's I definitely want to give him his flowers for sure. He's one of the pioneers here in Richmond. Like, he's one of the legends.
I met him when 150 North was a thing.
Yeah, he pretty much paved the way for a lot of generations within this line dance community. I want to make sure that he gets that acknowledgement. So a lot of the people that got names in the city right now, this line dancing or whatever the case is, it kind of originated from him. Well, it did originate from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he was the first line dancer ever, but when it comes to RVA, he's the king. It ain't me. He the king. Then you gotta give shouts out to my peoples, Carlos, Teresa, Mr. G, Tia. They go on. Donna. Darlene, Kamasina, Michelle. If I missed any of y'all, Rhonda, yes, definitely Rhonda. Shouts out to her. I love Rhonda. Dante,
Baby J.
Yeah, hey, we in there, like, so shouts out to RVA. Key, dancing with Key for sure.
What's the couple?
Kendra.
A couple.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's a couple.
You talking about 5, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, them like YouTube favorites between Teresa, them, and who else? Is it Darlene? No, Darlene Southside. Well, she ain't Southside no more. But who else is it? It's
Dante. We got a Dante on here. Dante, I think you said Dante.
Yeah, oh sure. Yeah, definitely Dante. Yeah, definitely Dante. Shouts out to Dante too. She got classes in there Wednesdays. She be at was it Stony Point. We gotta share some light to the Dante, you know what I'm saying? She's so sweet, such a sweet lady. I just love Dante.
That was the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, that was the first couple that I saw.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Then it was Rhonda.
Then it's Sharonda. I think her name's Sharonda. She does it too. But yeah, most of the people you're gonna see for the most part, there's it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're gonna allow to see if you type in certain dances like on YouTube, you'll see Teresa as well for the most part. If you're like on TikTok and stuff like that, Tia, yeah, she's doing her thing. Shouts out to Tia. I love Tia and Mr. G. Yeah.
I was when I first Mama D, when I first saw her many years ago. And then now you got Baby J. It's like,
I started with Mama D, Donna. I was introduced to her through the by a well-known artist named Big Moochie. And I kind of jumped on the scene from Big Moochie for just doing a collaboration. So shout out to him for sure. We created the VA Slide. It's the Virginia Slide. So we end up booking him for an event, and then him and Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys. And I was just backstage with him. We was like, just talking. He was like, man, we should do something for Virginia. I was like, man, I'm very family oriented. I want to do something like, we're gonna do like a collaboration with Mr. Cheeks. I was like, I want to do something that for everybody can, So we saw we talked to Big Moochie. He was like, man, you should do a VA Slide. So I took a note of that. Me and my team. It's like, you know what? Let's do it. Did the little music.
That's funny you would say that, because I am waiting for a follow-up with him to have him on here. So if he follows up, to put y'all on there together.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who, Big Moochie?
I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for a follow-up. So
yeah, that's my dog. That's my road dog. He taught me a lot. We done flew out to Atlanta. Did events out there. He invited us to. He really got me connected with a lot of people. Especially it's crazy because he got me connected to a lot of people in my own home city and town. So that's how I even came about with this whole line dancing thing. One thing led to another. It went from a song and a dance to now I'm an instructor and I do events, and it's just like I got a lot of people around me, you know. Shouts out to my DJ too, Def Steph. Yeah.
Like, don't forget
when it comes to people around me, it's like not only that we have people around us, we also build. It's like we build people as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I converted a person that wasn't even a DJ anything. She just wanted to do DJ, and she just say, you know what? Why don't I be our DJ? I see y'all need a DJ, and just converted her to a DJ. You know, shout out to Big Mike. You know, he got offered to be an instructor to teach dancing and stuff like that as well. So, you know, that's awesome. So we salute him. We like, yo, go for it. He like, well, you know, I got to do that. I'm like, man, listen, go for it, bro. You know
just take that leap.
Just take that leap, man.
Just make sure you got them sweatshirts with you.
Yeah. So shout out to my big dog. That's my big dog. So, you know, and Katina, she does really good. I know I'm on live. I wanted to tell her in person, but she does really good with a lot of the recording and stuff like that too. I've been mentioning like, yo, she been very like on it with it, like, you know. So shouts out, you know what I mean? I see what you do. I feel the love. You know, I feel it, you know, so I truly appreciate it. And definitely you stuck with me till you reached out to me, you know, in the past too. And we've been trying to get this interview thing, you know, going, podcast going and stuff like that, stuck in there. And you know, with our busy schedules, but we came together and made it happen. And I'm just blessed. And happy
like I said, we ain't done, and she wants to come back, and she'll probably be my only to come back because I love it.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I reached out to your other person. Yeah. So, you know, we get him on here, then say, hey, you got to dip out your situation for a few minutes. Come on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've reached out. It's just such a variety that we got coming on. And I like that because was it 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, we had Lake Lewis on here, the NFL news analyst that covers the Commanders, ESPN 106.1 in Richmond. So he was here. Next Wednesday, we got Bill Lester. So we getting it. We getting them. So it's just, I like the fact that we have, we got everybody. So that's the plan.
Hey, y'all doing it. Sure, you're doing it.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I love it.
I got to do what I got to do.
Oh, no, you got this. You got this. You got to do what you got to do. And then I know I hear you say, a lot of times you know, it's the fear. We all have that, you know, that you're in place, just based off of that. It's just go towards it. It's not as bad as you think. You know?
Yeah, I just gotta pull that Band-Aid off.
Just like, I'm gonna give you just a small little thing, like, you know how when you was young, whatever, before you got married or whatever the case is. Let's just say this. And you saw a guy, you can you hear me? Oh, I think he went out.
It froze a little bit. You're frozen just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. But you know, like the little fear, you know, like the little fear you had to go talk to the guy or whatever the case may be, and just nervous. But do you know, like after you got to know him or whatever the case is, then that fear was gone? You ever notice that, like how it just happened like that? So
Yeah, just like when I click this live
just that
button.
small thing like that. Yeah. Just like when you click the live button, you don't know who's gonna be on here, but then once you start talking, or like because of
Right.
me as an artist, or just another scenario, like I fear, like we all have fear, whether it's a Beyonce, Jay-Z, me, or whatever. When we touch the stage and we see all them thousands of people, we have fear. Until we start speaking and started getting into our role, all of it goes away. You know what I mean? Because we walk towards it. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my advice for you. You know,
So in
I
short,
used
you're
to
just
have
saying
these.
keep going.
Yeah, whatever you feared
Keep
of.
pushing.
I was feared of. I had somebody tell me, hey, what is it that you need for artists and this and the third. And then when I asked it, it was like, well, we could provide extra the third. I ain't know what to do. I was like, man, I don't feel like I'm ready, because you're gonna always feel like you're unprepared, or you're unready for certain things. You're gonna always kind of feel like that, because you can be like, well, I ain't got this together, I ain't got that together. Don't worry about that. Go towards
It's kind of like
everything,
if
gonna
you
work
wait
itself
until
out.
you do have it all together, then you're never gonna have it all together.
Yeah, because you've been to miss your opportunity by that time. You know, not saying that other opportunities won't present themselves, but
Mm-hmm.
for where you could be further ahead, you know, you might have missed that time. You know, so yeah, definitely. That's why now I never set out to be an instructor. It was just something I just walked into. It's like somebody said, "Hey man, do you teach that?" They just see me dancing. They like, "Well, I like the way you dance. Can you teach me this? Do you teach?" So I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I don't, I mean, I don't teach the these the people who've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? You got the
Right.
KPs, you got the Mr. G's, Tears. They've been doing it for years. I ain't know. Listen, I would go to them. You know what I'm saying? But they be like, no, we want to come to you. We want you to teach us. So I said, you know what? After
Well, everybody
hearing
has
that,
a different style, because
yeah,
KP's is, we all know this, KP's is definitely like no one else's.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's, like I said, when I first saw him, it was just like, is he screaming? No, he ain't screaming. I
Oh,
mean,
oh.
yeah.
I'm just a sponge. Listen, I'm just a sponge out to them. I'm a sponge to KP, sponge to Mr. GT. So everybody that I've line danced with, the whole community of instructors, from the
Mm-hmm.
Rondas to Thomasinas to whoever, I'm just a sponge to them. I learn from them. I see how things work, and it's just that when I teach, I obviously I have my own way of doing things, but it's just like I get it all from them, and I can't, I can't do nothing but salute them. They get it credit to them. So, if I've ever taught anybody that's online or taught you something, and you enjoy doing it, you learned it for the first time, just know that what I'm saying, these are the people that that deserve that credit. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna always forever hold them up in the light. You know what I'm saying, for who they are and for what they do.
Line Dance Hall of Fame.
That's right. That's
There
right.
you go.
And they know it ain't
That's what we're
they
gonna
know
call
it's
it.
all love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anything you learn from me, they're like, General taught me this, General taught me that. I'm like, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I take that, you know what I mean? But I always let them know where it come from. Because I feel like that, even with the dances and stuff like that, I gotta get better at that too. Like
Mm-hmm.
far as telling people who created these dances. I think Carlos mentioned something like that in a segment. I think he does like a little podcast. He does a podcast thing too, sitting on a throne. And
Okay.
it's good for us to let people know who originated these dances and created them, who were they, and with the names of them. So I'm still trying to get better at that myself. So it's like, because that's history, you know. It didn't, a lot of the dancing stuff that you see now that everybody's just doing outside of the boots on the ground, this stuff to take the wave, but it's stuff that comes back to surface that you may not even realize it. You see people doing like, hey, that's a new dance, but a lot of them be old and they just bring them back to surface. So yeah, you'd be surprised.
I could see that. To give, like you said, give everybody their credit. But it's got to be kind of hard. I know you just like you have to condition yourself, but when you're teaching it, and you got to remember you trying to teach the steps and give the credit, for
Yeah,
the dance. I wonder if it's like something that you could put on a board, like this is the dance coming up, and that there's the credit, and then you wouldn't
yeah,
have to to remember it.
Well, you could do that if you got the. But to me, I feel like it's more authentic if you're doing the dance, and that one, especially because 9 times out of 10, if I'm teaching a dance, it's a dance that I like and I love, so I'm doing it anyway. So it's like I don't know. It's a skill to saying it and doing the dance at the same time. It's just one that come natural to me because I do actually music. I write lyrics and I write courses. I produce songs. I get people to sing some of my hooks and stuff like that, choruses and some verses I might write. I get some. So it's kind of more natural to me because I've been doing it. So I didn't know that, when I started instructing and just start saying it over the mic, that it's easier because it's like I'm repeating the same things versus me trying to memorize a whole verse and in a rap song or R&B song or whatever. So it's kind of natural. So, but it's authentic just to that. But it's authentic to be able to say, like, listen, when I say that, when people say the Tamia song, you know what I'm saying, they just know it because it's actual Tamia singing it. But who is the creator? You know what I'm saying? Who created the dance?
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to the song. That's so before you do the dance and when you're teaching in the class, you be like, hey, listen, such and such John Arthur created this dance from Mississippi. It's the such and such to me is this and that and third. And then you start doing the dance. It just come off a lot authentic, and it lets people know, like, hey, this really was created by somebody
took the time to do it.
Somebody took the time to do it, and that work. You know what I'm saying? They took their hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. They come up with these dances to get your mental right.
Yeah,
your mental therapy. You know what I mean? Because
right on back in.
Because I can guarantee you, every dance, most of these dances that were created, they spent their time to create it because a lot of times they had things going on, and it was their outlet. You know what I'm saying? It was their mental outlet to whatever they had going on. So yeah, real talk.
So it's just like going to the gym, like you said earlier. It's like going to the gym or taking a walk or something. But it's kind of like you go in feeling one way and you come out feeling totally different.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Because that's we all need that.
Yeah, we do. For sure. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you'll excuse me, go to the doctor's office and he'll write your prescription to the line dance class. Here, look, here's your coupon.
Right.
You get 10 classes. Come back and see me. Tell me how you're feeling.
Tell us how you feeling. See,
tell us how you feeling.
Like I said, even with the music, like I was telling you, like that's an outlet. So I represent Night School ENT. I didn't create Night School ENT. It was my partner. His name Artist. He go by Artist Garrett. But his he's it's kind of ironic how we met and how we came together. It came together through an engineer in the studio. The guy said, "Hey man, it's a guy that remind me somewhat of you and how you move," and he's like, "Okay," and he introduced me to a song. We did a collaboration. Then ever since then, it's been magic. So it's like, with us, it's like with the music, especially with me and some of my artists, because we got artists of different range of things, and we don't fit in one box. We got R&B, hip hop, reggae, just a plethora of things. And me, I base a lot of my music off of things I've been through, things you can relate to, whatever trials, tribulations I had in my life. So it's like it was very therapeutic to me. So it wasn't really just about going in the studio and just putting words together. It was more about going in and really putting my life into a record that people can hear. I don't care if I just touch one fan. I used to say that too when I would go on stage, even though I touched thousands of people. But I used to be like, if I can just touch one person, that's all that mattered to me.
All that mattered. Yep.
So
that's like you said, if you help one person, then you're doing something.
That's right.
We've done something. That's we've done something.
So and like I say, it's they be like, "What's Night School? This and that and third. What's Night School?" I like it because it's not one of them one of the things we were like, what is Murder Death Records or something like that? It's like what is night school? Asks you like, what is it? Like it's so many people that you'll see wearing this around the city from different races and stuff like that. They be like, yo, what is night school? Everybody want to know what is night school. I like that because it poses a question.
I was gonna say then it starts the conversation. So yeah, we like that.
Yeah, we like that, the engagement. That's what it's all about. Just like the comment section. You post something, whatever the case is, it's the engagement. That's what it's all about. Yes. But if you want to know what light school it is, it's a domain, www. We only got the domain, www.nightschoolent.com. Got that domain. You can learn all about us.
I ain't telling you nothing.
I ain't gotta tell you nothing because if I it's so much that I could tell you, it's just crazy. But yeah, we are a label. We are a community.
See?
Yeah. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Just like unspoken. And they're like, I get it, because they're like, well, what's unspoken?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they be like, cause people be like, we're a group, we're a gang, we're just we're a community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're a label, we're a community. Like it ain't no anybody can wear this, anybody can be a part of this in the sense, it's we want people to know that, because honestly, when you think about it, Ms. Coleman, when you think about it, we don't really own nothing black anymore. Just to give you insights, like I don't know, just for the people who's listening to, like anything that represents black, a lot of us sell out. We sell it. You know what I'm saying? We don't, the NAACP, that's not black. And get sold that. That's not that, we don't own that no more.
It's like, so how can you call it that? But
yeah, that, and they supposed to be the people that fighting for us. There's nothing third, nah, not no more. So that's one of the things I told my man. I was like, man, when we was talking, I was like, man, listen, I don't care what it do, where we go, where we go from here, but we're gonna keep this black. Nice ENT. I don't care. You pass it on to generation.
Pass it on, pass it down, pass it somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about just $1. It ain't just about $1. That's what he told me. It ain't just about money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has something to a legacy, build something that stands on its own. And the last generations and generations that outlive us, because night school is way bigger than me. It's way bigger than him. And it's just bigger than what the eye can see. And some people don't realize that your brand is so bigger than what you think it is. The Unspoken Word podcast is way bigger than you. It's way bigger than the people you put on here, because this is what's going to carry. Like this goes on from till I'm gone, you gone. It's going to always be about mental health. It's going to always be about things that we do, because it's always going to be a reoccurring thing. And until we get like the kids, a younger community, so we can make them be, because they're going to be the people that our kids and the kids, they're going to be the ones that's going to be ruling the world. You know what I'm saying? When we gone, they the ones that's going to be, and without them, us getting them, fixed and prepared, we're going to perish. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that your leaders and stuff like that's going to be gone. Who's going to lead? We gotta create leaders. We gotta build leaders. You know what I'm saying? We gotta build people. Even you got some people that has mental issues, but they got people in their environment. They got people around them that's helping them, that's coaching them, helping them cope, helping them, become better people to the society. And that's what we need. So this is deep. It's deeper than the surface.
And here I am.
Deeper than the surface for sure.
Here I am, and like I said, we just gonna leave that up to a higher power, because I don't know how I got here. I don't even know how I got here. I don't even know where the idea of podcast, just the next thing is not moving it, but having it stream over to what is it, Spotify. So if I move it over there.
Yeah. But listen, you doing it. You go, girl. That's what they was telling my mom. You like, you go, girl. You doing it. Listen,
All right,
you are
Martin.
doing it. You doing it for sure. If ain't
Look, all
nobody
right.
told you, let me tell you, you are doing it. I don't care how where you feel like you at this moment, but you are very high into a lot of eyes. And everybody just tuning in and stuff like that. Listen, these people, this is what some of the people, this is what we need. You know what I'm saying? This is something we need. This is something that we yearn for. This is something that goes on like that. It's helping other people. So you got to always keep that one in the mind. Like I heard you say like you did something where 1,500, you only had 4 people X, Y, and Z. Sometimes it's gonna be like that. I've been in places where I ain't had nobody to support me, or the case is, but I just kept going, kept going. It be the people that you don't know that's gonna support you. It don't start. Sometimes it don't be your family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, family don't come around. Their family only come around until after you start making pounding the pavement and everybody start talking about now the family one day in. I'm talking about those nosy cousins, nosy little aunts and stuff like that. Those
That I
people
don't
that don't
claim.
you don't
Yeah.
claim, you don't talk to it. They be like, oh, that's cute. They see your stuff, don't like it. Yeah, them ones. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
the 3 that I do claim, the 2 sons and a grandson.
Yeah, them, yeah. So then once you take all, they're like, oh no, let's go. That's my aunt, that's my cousin.
Oh yeah, we got DNA. No, we don't.
What? Where you been at?
It says do not account for you. That's your DNA.
But you just know you doing it. That's all I'm saying. You just know
I'm
you
gonna keep
doing
pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm
it.
gonna keep pushing.
I just said something. I was creating some shorts because we about to start posting on YouTube a lot too, utilizing it. One of my shorts I was interviewed by DJ B Sounds, and I had my partner artist and another artist of mine that I associate with, Chino, and was in a radio interview, and he said, he asked a question. He said, what do you what kind of advice you have for another artist or somebody that wants to keep doing this, to keep going? I was just like, what came to my mind because I'm thinking like, and it hit me too, because I'm like, the things I've been through, from being incarcerated to, things I've been through. I was like, and then losing the jobs and stuff like that, and not making a certain amount of income, and kind of feeling like I'm falling and struggling. I was like, just overcoming being discouraged. Discouraged is another word to me for is fear. You know what I'm saying? When you're discouraged, you fear. So most people, misuse the two, fear and discouragement. Really, you're not really fear. You just discouraged that this may not happen. This may not work. I ain't getting where I want to be. I'm not getting the results that I want to see. Those type of things. So it's really that, and that's one of I say that on a panel too, and I also say that like when I doing like a testimony, because that's big with me. It ain't something somebody taught me, so I speak on what I learned and what made me feel this way. So that's what make it big, make it that point stamp. It's just being discouraged. You might be discouraged to say, look, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this book. The guy said he's gonna sign his name on it, but I want to make sure everything is right in this way, that way, this way, that way, punctuated, all these things, because I'm pretty sure those go through your mind. So it's like, but it's just getting over being discouraged. You just have to, once you have your breakthrough, everything just start opening itself up. And then what's going to end up happening is, which I'm learning now, is because I'm doing some of everything. I'm here and there, right? Line dance, structuring, music, shows, I'm rapping, making, writing lyrics. I'm going here to studio sessions. I'm over here. We even doing commercials. I'm trying
Sound
to
like me.
I'm set. Yeah, we doing commercials. We got 2. What is it? We did 2. We got 3 more that I know about. Merchandise, websites, pages, trying to keep up with social media, everything.
It's crazy.
Music. I'm in the music gang, so I'm trying to keep up with Spotify, Apple Music, screening. Then I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? Then I got everybody hitting me in the inbox. Hey man, how much do you charge for this? Can you come to this? Can you instruct for that? Then I got all my instructors. Hey, General, KP hit me up. Hey man, I'm doing an event here. Mr. Giatia, hey, we're going to New Orleans. You know, I'm just it's all over. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you? So, but what ended up happening, like I was saying, just to run it all the way back, what ended up happening is things start opening themselves up, avenues start opening, things started making sense. Then who I'm around, we started building structure. Structure turned into a game plan. Game plan turned into a formula. So it's like now I got a formula of things. So this is what I'm doing every Thursday. This is what I'm doing every Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, mental health day. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, that's crazy. Monday, mental health day. So what that means is when I'm here, I'm at home. I ain't no distractions. I'm by myself. I got my fireplace.
I know that's like the fireplace.
Yeah,
the fireplace.
I'm in a cool, calm, peaceful, security environment. It ain't a whole lot going on. Phone ain't going crazy. Everybody ain't blowing me up. This is mental health day. That's why I chose Monday to do this. It was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ms. Coleman. Hey.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is make sure that when I do this again, that Monday. I said, hey, Monday's open.
Monday is, yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
I'm pulled so much throughout the week, it don't make no sense. But I have fun. I love doing it, and that's what keeps me doing it. If it felt like work and I had to, I probably ease back. You know what I mean? But it's so much fun at doing what I do. I just, you know, it's fun. You know what I mean? I love it. You know what I mean? It doesn't get to the. I mean, even if it felt like sometimes things may get a little overwhelming, but as long as I'm having fun and enjoying myself, it's a breeze.
Well, my son came in with my big Amazon box. I ordered this morning. I love this, you know, deliver between 5 and 10 option. Hey, give me this, give me that, give me that. I get it today. I told him earlier that I was a paper and pen person. I just got my planner in because the one I had I didn't like. But I'm also trying to set it up on my iPad so it'll all, you know, but it's just.
Yeah, you talking about like jotting down your events and stuff, or what you got going on in time. Yeah,
because I felt so bad. I missed a person. This is how, when I say it's full, I missed a person that had booked. And I was going to, you know, start setting them up, and I went, oops.
Yeah,
that's all he said. Oops.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, he didn't get too mad about it. He just rescheduled, but I was like, oops. Because I'm like, I'm not big time, so. You know, one guy asked, could he reschedule? Sure, I'm not NBC News.
Yeah,
I'm good.
You know, none of us perfect. I mean, there's been times I had events I was supposed to been at, and shoot, I done forgot all about it. And I was like, dang, people hit me up like, yo, who you? I'm on the way.
That's what I did.
I might be like, look, I might just want to reschedule it or whatever. Or just be like, hey, listen, such and such. But you know, for the most part, you know, yeah, we ain't perfect, you know, like And then you know, a lot of times we wearing a whole lot of hats. We wearing a whole lot. We don't have a whole big team doing everything. Just keeping us on schedule. You got your manager for the schedule. You got your manager for what you're gonna wear. You got your your stylist. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got all that stuff. We the everyday people. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. If I had a personal assistant that I can say, here's all the stuff I need you to do, because I need, the website. I need the social pages. Do all that. Send these emails so I can go to work. Just do it. But my pocket's saying no.
Yeah, that
my
part
saying you got to do it.
Yeah. Your pockets do tell you what you can do and what you can't do, don't it?
And it's something about having a roof over my head.
Yeah,
I'll make it work. I just have to apologize to the people I keep forgetting about.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at in life mentally. Like, you know, I got a roof on my head. It's about peace and security. I know that that's those two things that I need. You know, everything else we can work it out. We work it out. Finances, we can work it out. We got problems, this and that, bills, that whatever the case is, family issues, everything else we can work it out as it go. But I have to have peace. I have to have security. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, right, like I say, Mondays like this, some Mondays, Sundays, and stuff like that. I just really can just relax, sit back. You know, I just know I have to have that. You know what I mean?
I gotta learn how to work that in right now. So once I work it in and make it consistent, all I can think about is we don't have school on the 20th. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave that Thursday night and I'm going straight to the beach. I'll be back Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, mine's is that I might not get it consistently during the week, but at least I know every 6 weeks or something, I'm just gonna shut down for a couple of days. So and I go straight to the beach and look at the water.
Yeah, it just kind of happened for me because just I was just being pulled all the time. So then, like that's why I was saying, like, just going towards it. So it was starting to seem like it was I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then it just became one of those things. Some things were starting to be in rotation. It started taking shape. So once it started taking the shape, I was like, okay, so this is what I'm doing. I was able to sit back and say, so this is what I'm doing weekly, and this is what I'm doing consistently. So when do I get a time to where I can say, look, let me just chill? So it wasn't always as a Monday. I was doing everything. You know what I'm saying? It was times every weekend. I don't know where I'm gonna be at. I'm here, Atlanta, there. I ain't know what was going on. Then when line dancing, you could do line dancing every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's always something going on. So I had to, and then for whatever thing I got going on, I'm like, look, So now I got like a nice little schedule. Sundays I do my meeting. It's about music, entertainment. We do every Sunday. We do that. Then Monday mental health. Tuesday I go out and support somebody in line dancing. Wednesday I might support somebody in line dancing. I might not. Thursday I got classes. Friday I do satellite. Then Saturday and Sunday is always open for any events. Somebody might got something going on, birthday party, XYZ, or just be spending time with the family. You got to remember, you got the family, you got, maybe you got some friends, whatever the case is, y'all might want to get up and do things. So it's like, so that's just how it rolled for me. I done had weeks where everything was seen back to back to back to back, but it's not, but as long as I got that structure and shape that I know how everything's working, that's how I go. And then, coming up to spring and summer, I'm gonna start doing the swap meets every Sunday. Well, not every Sunday, second and fourth Sunday.
I saw the posting. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be like every second and fourth Sunday in a month. So it's like, so it's pretty cool. Then all the festivals too. I'm big. I keep the weekends open because it could be the beer, tequila, wine festival.
I just got a friend of mine's, Rashawn. He has his own business, the Indulge Alkaline Water. And he is sponsoring. I just took a picture of it. He is sponsoring the R&B Festival, August the 29th.
Hey, turn up!
I'm there. I told him I'm getting a VIP ticket.
Yes,
I want my station stocked with the Indulge water, which I have somewhere over here.
Yes.
Because when I get my event, I get the small bottle. So yeah.
Shouts out to Rashad with the Indulge water, man. You definitely get that in. Definitely get that in.
Look, that shameless plug. I sent him a message. I'm like, because I try to support a couple of them that he has had, because he was one of the ones, him and my other brother Terrence, that every time I was going to shut down and stop doing something, I would see him. succeeding, or he would have something going on. And I told him one day we were going to Maryland for a concert.
Yeah.
And I was just like in my head about all the stuff that was going on. I can't get this done. This is not going to happen. Da, 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 da. And an Indulge van zoomed past me, and I went, I sent him a message. I said, I just saw one of your vans go by, da, 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 da. Just, you just have those people that know that they, started, same place, just taking that leap to do something.
Yeah.
And then when you're struggling, but you see them taking a step, it's like, okay, let me step with them. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Hold on. There we go.
Hey, we led off the R&B festival last year with Mr. G. I know that's right.
Well, I'm getting my VIP tickets. I'm gonna be the one that's like most kids that just be sleeping the night before. And if they don't give me that day off, I'm calling in sick. Give me that point. Because I'm going anything Life Jennings. I am a Life Jennings groupie.
Yeah.
I was so mad I didn't see him last year because I've seen him every year or at least twice a year, and I missed him last year. I'm like, it ain't happening again.
They never understand what
Boomerang.
it's like to be in love.
Boomerang. Oh, what's the other one? The one that one that the people they ain't gonna miss you when they're gone. Bury me with chicken and waffles.
Yeah. The millennials don't know nothing about that. This Generation Z don't know nothing about that. I like being a hybrid. I'm a hybrid. I got like the some people say I got an old soul, but I'm like right in that generation where I was young enough for most of the new generation can relate to me. You know what I mean? That's another reason they put me on panels too, because it's the look. Sometimes I know that when it comes to like the younger generation, that even though they don't like to listen to older folks because they feel like they this is what most people don't know, like the older community don't know. They feel like they done and lived their life, and now they didn't get older, so they at this point in their life, and they like, I'm this this straight narrow guy in church, this, that, and the third, da da da. So they like, well, they looking at them like, well, then you make your mistakes when you were young. Let us make ours. We want to have fun. So they don't look at it like they can't relate. They like, well, back in your time, that's how it was. Y'all ain't even had internet. You know what I'm saying? They looking at it like that. So when I come along, I ain't gonna be too clean and dressed up in a suit and tie, because they ain't gonna listen to me. But like this old Uncle Tom trying to tell me something. So I might show I'm making my point. I might show up with some Jordans on. I got a little jewelry and stuff like that. I got G-Shocks and stuff like that. Might got some Ray-Bans on. And they'll be like, well, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? But my image is what they can relate to. So then when I start speaking, it hits them different. They're like, damn, we didn't even know dude was like this. We thought he was one of us. Like, yeah, but he really intelligent. Like listen to him. Like they can relate based off when they look at me. So they're like, oh dang, bro, like, and he talking like that. Hey, is them the retro 12s? You know what I'm saying?
I'm messing with Big Mike right now. He was talking about Must Be Nice, but it's the river for me. It's how it starts.
Yeah, for real.
Let's see, hold on. I gotta go there for a second.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
I told you I am a Life Jennings groupie. I was like, I forgot. It was right before the DC Winery closed. Was his last show, and I got my picture with him, and he took my business card. Let me tell you something. This girl right here.
You was hype. You were hype.
Whoa! I That was New Year's Eve. I was,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I was celebrating New Year's Eve by myself that year. And I went to Life Jennings concert one night. And then I went to, I don't know, it was 5 different people the following night. And then Life was new. I forgot what order it went into. And then I went to see, Raheem Duvall.
Yeah.
That's day night before I came back. I was
Where was you at?
I was in Northern Virginia.
Okay,
MGM.
Okay.
MGM.
I was about to say
DC
you was at one of the I think I know you was at one like the Love and something
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it was a couple years ago. It was at the CFG. So it
had like a multitude of artists coming out.
Yeah, well, I just did one. I always do them in groups like that.
Yeah, me too.
You know, the last one I just went to was Genuine and something else, and the drunk Keith Sweat, and Homeboy was drunk as a skunk.
Oh yeah, Keith Sweat
came out with the glass. Came out.
He was out. He was showing his light skin. He was on his light skin.
hey now, huh? Hey now. Hey.
Look, you light skin. He was showing his light like he did the verses. It's crazy because Keith Sweat, my boy, man. They was like Keith Sweat, man. Listen, Keith Sweat he wrote so many songs people don't even know he done wrote for. And man, he got accolades. It's crazy. So I understand his way of being. Like do you know who I done wrote for and songs I done? Like I could sit on the throne like this. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta check
my favorite show so far. If we remove Life, because whatever Life does, I'm like, yeah, that's great. If we remove Life, I think I would still go with Maxwell.
What? Maxwell?
I loved Maxwell show both times I saw him.
Really? Maxwell? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, and you know I'm going to tick off a lot of people.
You said Maxwell
over Usher, yes.
Over Usher? His show? Really?
My own personal opinion.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I might piss off some people, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, there's some people gonna be pissed off. They're gonna be like, listen, we commented on this. Maxwell over Usher.
Yeah, Maxwell over Usher.
You talk about over Confessions, Usher?
Yeah.
You talk about over
Yeah.
What's the song called? 5 o'clock on the dot. My drop. Usher?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. Yeah. Shout out to Maxwell, man. Shout out to you, man. Hey, bro.
I mean, you know
your thing, bro.
Hey, it's just, yeah. Boys and Men I've seen so many times I can't keep track of.
Yeah.
John B is my favorite white black man.
Yeah, John B like that.
When I saw him in concert, it was at the winery, of course, before it closed.
Oh, you had a couple
and I could do this, and he was right there. I mean, I got pictures of him, and it's his knees. Because his knees. So yeah, he's my favorite white black boy. They were like, well, what about Robin Thicke? Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Robin Thicke.
He won't know nobody until he married that girl.
Oh Lord.
He be out.
Yeah, I love just I love like the 90s R&B and hip hop concerts. They my favorite. I mean, between them and if you get into classic artists, because a lot of the older old school guys are pretty much passed away, but they be having like they have people that come out that actually kind of like facilitate like them. But
John Legend talk too much.
John Legend?
Yeah, he's a storyteller. He'll sing a song and then go, so let me tell you about this and that, and then 10 minutes gone. Then he sang one more, and then he do an intermission. He come back and tell you another story, and then I think my son got the ticket for me. He spent like $180 something for me to sit in the grass for 4.5 songs because he talked too much. Now I love me some Anthony Hamilton.
Oh yeah, you can get a good shot at Anthony. He got a soul flow.
I like me some Anthony. Yeah. I mean, there ain't too many people I don't like, but there's some I won't spend no money on, and this will make people mad too. But I won't drop a dime on Beyonce.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't want to see Beyonce. If somebody gave me tickets, I give them away.
For
real? Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Beyonce though. But look, yeah, Beyonce, she you'll pay you'll
pay mortgage for the ticket.
She'll probably more than that. You'll probably pay more than that. You'll probably spend your tax money on that.
But I can tell you this before we because I'm laughing, I looked up to 2 hours. Okay. Before we leave, Charlie Wilson moves more than Bobby Brown.
For real? You think so? Like, you talk about energy wise on stage?
Bobby had to leave the stage a couple times.
Well, when he dropped, never mind. But yeah, he did have to leave the stage.
Because it was so funny.
He came back to pick up.
Y'all Google me. I was like,
yeah, Charlie Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, and Charlie was dancing with when I saw Charlie, one of the times I saw Charlie, I didn't see him a couple times too. I like going to concerts. He had just had back surgery, and he said, I apologize for not getting up as much as I used to, because I just had back surgery. I tell you what, he was pushing up on that piano, trying to do a little step or two, and then he sit back down.
He sit back down. Yeah, the pressure got to him.
But Bobby, I was like, all right. But when Bobby was trying to dance and he did that like little crossover thing, I clutched my pearls, make sure he didn't fall. I was like, oh Lord Jesus, don't let him fall.
Don't let it fall, or don't let him fall. Shout out to Bobby Brown, man. Hey, man, we love you, man.
Not the respirator.
Man, shouts out to him, man. So pick up what you drop, Bobby. Pick up what you drop, man. Come back and get it, man. Don't worry about it.
Just he just needed to stay right there or be in like a swing or something over top of the stage. Yeah. Just sit there. Just sing from there. But yes. So we're gonna have to work on getting on Big Mike on here and returning Cat in the crew. So that's my plan for the night.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's get Big Mike on. Definitely. That's my big dog. He keep me in line too. I always tell him to. I'm like, man, Big Mike keep me in line on the dance floor. I be messing up some of the steps and stuff like that too. I be like, I call Big Mike, like, Mike, get me right. Yeah, I don't mind until I be like, look, players mess up sometimes. I tell you, like, hey, I don't care. Hey, Mike, get you right.
We got you, Big Mike. We gonna. Right. I'll get your information down. Don't be surprised if you don't see something popping up in your messenger 3:00 in the morning, because that seems like when I'm sending messages. But anyway, it's like I hope people got their do not disturb on, because I'm ding steady sending messages.
That's right.
Well, all right, my friend. I will send you updates. Keep you posted, and I will send this to you so you can post wherever you would like for it to go.
Definitely appreciate you. Love the dialogue, and we can definitely get it back in, go deeper. I got a lot, like I said, I got a wealth of things I can talk about, especially within mental health, for sure. This would be
we can always
it's just a tip of the iceberg.
We can do segments if once you get your schedule, you can go, this hour I want to do this and I want to do that. Segments is I'm here for it.
This just a tip of the iceberg. This ain't the last you're gonna hear from Mr. VA General. And my real name is General. Because everybody always asks me, like, yo, is that your real name? Just out the gate. That's my real name. That's my father's name, and that's his father's name. I really supposed to be a third, but I'm just a junior. Yeah. So
see, I didn't question it one way or the other.
yeah, but you know, if I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me that, I'd probably been a millionaire by now. Cause nobody really, you don't really meet nobody named. You might meet a major, you know, I don't know, you might meet a cadet, but I don't know. But when it comes to general, unless you're in the army or some type of service, you ain't gonna really meet one that's actually a person named first name general. Let's talk about it. So,
see,
shouts out, yeah, shouts out to me. Yeah, shouts out to me. Shouts out to my daddy and his daddy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Generals.
And the daddies. Yeah.
The daddies, yeah.
They're the daddy generals.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I didn't question it at all. It made sense to me.
Yeah, you get, yeah, that's what it is. You get the major. Yeah, that's what it is. You got a lot of majors out there.
You do, because when I was doing elementary school, it was a major.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody looked at him like he was funny. I said, that's a little fella's name. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
They thought it was something different. I said, no, that's his name.
Yeah, girl asked me, I'm leaving with this. Girl asked me, she said, your name General. Why they name you that? And you know, at the time I kind of was blank mind. I didn't know what to say, right? I'm just like, my mind was like, I don't care. But my response was epic because I still remember to this day. I looked at her, I said, I'm not ashamed. And it just meant so much. Like when I said that, it was just like, I love my name. I'm not ashamed of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got so many Taquans, got so many, you know, Davids, Roberts, you know, everybody got the same name. I'm the only one in this school. I'm the only one here. This name General. And like, and when you say it, you ain't gonna forget it. You're gonna always remember that because you asked me why somebody named me that. That's gonna stick with you. But that Robert or that them people, you ain't gonna remember them until you see them again.
And then you don't remember going, because I do that all the time. Hey,
yeah,
ma'am, how you doing? What?
I remember,
hey, and I look over and go, who was?
I don't even remember where I know you from. But when you say General, you can be like, well, yeah, I remember General. I know, I met him. I know him. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, I love that. I love that.
You know, the kids when I was growing up, Tylenol was a big thing, and they spelled it like Tylenol, but they pronounce it different. I'm going, it's still Tylenol. It's still aspirin. It's still Advil. Whatever you calling your child, that's what it is. But, you know, like you say, it's my grandmother, when my kids were born, I got Eric and Evan. She said, thank God I can say it with my teeth out my mouth.
Yeah.
Did she just say that?
Oh, man. But I ain't gonna hold you too much long. I know you got things to do. You know what I mean? You be messing around.
Well, yeah. Now you got my wheels rolling. I got stuff. I got stuff to do.
We definitely gonna do this again. I definitely appreciate you.
I'll get to work on it. But you can always think segments if you like you said, you got more to share, so you can.
Yeah. And we could collaborate on some things too. Because I already told you, I'm ready to get in the podcast myself. So don't be surprised I come get you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
So when I come get you, don't be scared now. Don't be feared. Don't be discouraged.
I ain't here. Just make sure let me know so I can make sure I got the right hair on.
That gonna be the segment right there. Fear. Yeah, we on to something now. Look, are we on to something now?
I can't with you right now. It's past my drinking stage.
We on to something, Miss Coleman. I got you. You just stay tuned. Watch this.
Okay. You done made a mental note on Mental Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how that works?
And then you done coined something, Mental Monday.
Yeah.
Is this where we all drop a thought on Mental Monday?
Yeah. And you just gave me an idea.
Then we removed the Man Crush Monday. Oh.
Yeah. You just gave me an idea. I'm about to start doing like little posts and stuff like that for Mondays, Mental Health Mondays. Yeah, I'm gonna tag you in it.
I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do like you and get shorts on my on this YouTube channel. I gotta work on that.
Yeah, I try to tell you. If any, also, you get a chance, check out the book, the YouTube formula.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's gonna be big. I mean, it's so much. I just finished reading it. It's 12 chapters, and I don't even read. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even read books like that or anything like talking about it. But I actually challenged myself, and I actually read that, and trying to get into more reading myself. Period. Just on the, just generally, like, period. But
Mm-hmm.
I read that, and there's so much on there. It's so crazy. Like, it's gonna, like, what you're doing right now is only gonna enhance you and make you bigger. Everything that you're doing is so ahead of its time. Like, the stuff that you're doing now, it tells you how to even make this even bigger and better. And like, it don't even just tell you, it actually shows you in a sense. Like, when you reading, it's showing you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. It
Yeah.
ain't because I ain't a reader. It just, it's showing me, like, yo, from the chats, super chats, to the posting the comments, to the just how you doing this now. Live is going live, like, this is better than some of the shorts. Even
Mm-hmm.
though you do the shorts, so they, you get tags and all types of stuff, man. It's just a wealth of things that's gonna enhance you. So yeah,
And what am I supposed to be reading?
the YouTube formula.
Okay. I can
Yeah,
remember.
you can get it audio, you can get it on the book thing, whatever. I can send you a link, whatever. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, with this podcast thing,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Okay.
yes, it's gonna put
Look,
you
I'm
right.
already on my little Amazon.
Yes, and then when you do read it and stuff like that, so I'm gonna tell you out the rip, the first two chapters or whatever, not really that long, but the first two chapters, I don't think it's first three, it's gonna tell you about the background or whatever, the person that created it or whatever. But then
Okay.
once you get to chapter 3, 4, 5, or whatever, it's gonna give you it's gonna tell you everything, like, give you everything. You definitely want to read that for sure. You'll be thinking me like, you be like, Jenna, you were so right. Yeah, listen, I got it. I'm like, yeah, I'll be sitting here like with the big smile like this.
Is that okay? I'm trying to see. Is that it? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. This daggone green screen is driving me crazy. Oh, they always tell me quick.
It most likely is it. I can't see it because it
Me
green screen.
neither.
But yeah, it's just called the YouTube formula. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's gonna be 12 chapters.
It said good read. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if I get it in audio, it'll be $0.
Yeah, you can get the audio.
Oh, they got a used one in here for $5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about free. I go audio.
I mean, listen, it's well worth it. You can make a lot of money off that. Just everything, subscribers, viewers, everything. It's
Or should
amazing.
I get paperback just so I can write on it?
I get paperback. I get the actual paperback copy, and I purchased it probably. I have purchased it online. I got the audio book. I listened to it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I will get the paperback too for sure, just to keep on hand, like, because you never know. Like, just to recite some things, like, you might want to go back and look, you might want to air mark some things. I mean, obviously you can do it on your phone too, but
Yeah, that's what I said. If I got the paper one, then I can just
yeah, it's just something about having a physical form.
It's only one left.
Yeah. Yeah,
Daggone.
you better get that thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's only one left.
You'll be thanking me like, you be like, what?
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, you gotta keep. This how you keep up. We got to keep up what's going on. Everything changing every day. Social media
every
change
day.
every day.
Every day. Every day. Every day.
Yeah,
every day.
That's right.
I'm gonna go order my book and do my homework.
That's right. Do your homework. Do your homework. You're gonna love it though. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
Okay. I'm gonna order my book. It won't come in until next week because Yeah, next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time away. But anyway,
Yeah.
maybe I'll check Barnes and Nobles and see if they got it.
Yeah.
I could pick it up on my way out. Okay, my friend. I'm going to go do my homework. I'm going to go open up my calendar and I'll send you a link and see what works.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
You have a good one.
You as well.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. I love y'all.
We did 2.5 hours. We broke another record.
We did it.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Miss Cole.
All right. Bye.